Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Everybody's awake. It's early. You know, we're already a good hour into our day. I'm going to go no mic because we have Waycross here, and the two mics don't seem to get along this morning. So I'm usually pretty loud, and I think the teachers can be as well. So we'll go from there. But I'd like to welcome you to our 8th grade awards recognition, and thank you all for coming. It's good to have people back in the building. We did this last week with our 6th and 7th graders, and we're doing the same today with our 8th graders in different groups. So we're doing 3 different groups throughout the morning, which is why it seems like it's a little empty in the gym, because normally we pack everybody in, but we still have a good crowd. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Meyer for the pledge.
Good morning, everybody. If you won't mind, stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
So our 8th graders here have had an interesting middle school experience, as you all know, and parents, I'm sure your experience is probably just as interesting over the last year and a half. Who would have thought 7th grade, 4th quarter would be done completely remote, and this year that we'd be wearing masks every day and social distancing, and some of our students would be remote. I'm going to turn it over. We have a special award that our PTA presents every year, and so this seemed to be a good spot for it to be presented. So I'm going to turn it over to Mrs. Caraher, who's one of our PTA board members, to present the PTA award.
Thank you, Mr. Gale. I have an award to present today where PTA honors individuals with this very special award. It's a national award that was created to honor individuals for their outstanding efforts on behalf of students. This is called the Friend of the Children Award. It is given under special circumstances when an individual has made a significant impact. I've been fortunate enough to give this award to 2 individuals before, and now we're able to give it again today. This recipient has been in our district for 15 years, with the last 6 spent right here at White Oak. Her smiling face brightens the room everywhere she goes. She is always willing to listen to everyone no matter what, and does so with the same familiarity and love that she has for everyone. At this time, I'd like to ask Mrs. Martini to say a few words about our recipient.
Good morning, everyone. The Friend of Children Award is, in my opinion, a really big deal. Educators consider themselves to be friends of children, but some people go above and beyond in really exemplifying what it means to be a friend to children. When you think about qualities of a friend, somebody who supports you unconditionally, somebody who holds you accountable, somebody who is there, somebody for you, somebody who's your biggest cheerleader. This person absolutely represents the qualities that embody the Friend of Children Award. I've been lucky enough to work with Mrs. Kelly Young, congratulations, for the past 6 years as my counseling partner. She challenges me every single day to be a better counselor and to be a better friend. She does a fantastic job. With us today is her husband, Mr. Adam Young. Hello. Her mom, Robin, and her kids, Austin and Tristan. Hi. Congratulations, Kelly.
At this time, we're also fortunate enough and could not be more excited to have another winner this year. For 20 years, this face has been greeting every single person to enter White Oak. Every day of the year, she is the one answering the calls, directing staff, students, parents, and administrators where they need to be. She organizes silently behind the scenes while spending hours making sure everything is ready to go. She truly is the heartbeat of the building. I would now like to ask Mr. Gale to say a few words.
I can't say enough about Mrs. Pam Heinrich. Some of you know this, but I taught at White Oak in 2001, 2006, a long time ago. And Pam was that smiling face. At that time, she was down in the Guidance Counseling Center in the first floor, and she was that smiling face as a first-year teacher to White Oak that helped me out and did all those things that make sure I didn't get in trouble that first year of teaching at White Oak. And I left for a few years and kind of went about and did some other things in education and other districts in Montford Heights. And then I was fortunate enough to come back 4 years ago, and whose friendly face was sitting on the interview team when I interviewed for the principal position here was Pam. And then who is sitting in that front office every day. You couldn't ask for a better person to work with, a better teammate to have on my team than Pam Heinrich. And some of you already know this, but she's moving on. She's moving on to central office over on Banning Road. We kind of call that the Palace, so she's stepping over there for new challenges over there in the Student Services Department. So we feel that she's done so much. And many of you don't know this, but after hours, she'll be there at 5 o'clock in the evening getting certificates ready and organized and really making my job so much easier, as well as all the staff here. So without further ado, I'd like to present the Friend of the Children, PTA's Friend of the Children Award to Pam Heinrich. And I mentioned this earlier, but we've had kind of a tumultuous year and a quarter as staff. But I would like to thank all the staff members. I'd like all the staff members that are in here, and we have some teachers up here and some around the back. All the staff members to please stand. What I'd like to say is the reason that we were able to be here in person almost the entire year is not because of me, not because of the Board of Education, not because of the superintendent and central office. It is because of all these folks that you see each and every day that are in the classes with students, making sure they're following those safety protocols, making sure that we're following the procedures that were set forth by the Department of Health. I could not be more proud of the staff that I work alongside each and every day than I am. So I'd like to give them a little bit of love and appreciation with a big round of applause for our staff. And at this time, we're going to move on to our staff recognition. Our teachers have prepared some awards for our students, and so I'm going to turn it over. Who wants to start? Ms. Williams? Yeah. Ms. Williams is going to start, and then we'll go through their, all the teachers will have their chance.
Good morning.
Good morning.
They sound like the kids. Good morning. I am the language arts and social studies teacher, and I would like to recognize the following students. So when I call your name, please stand. Sarah Grace, and just remain standing. Justin Hawkins, Morgan Heinrich, and Eder Sanchez. I'm going to start off by talking about Sarah. Sarah is a model student. She is kind and compassionate. She is a positive role model to all of those around her. She comes to school prepared to learn every day. She works hard and does her best on every assignment. It has been a pleasure having Sarah in class. Justin. Justin is smart and a hardworking young man. He has a great sense of humor and is always the first person to volunteer to help in class. He always participates and loves to debate, but he also understands and listens to other people's point of view. Justin has been a joy in 114. Morgan, woo, creative, innovative, conscientious of her work, and goes above and beyond on every assignment. And if I could put 150 points on a report card, she would have it. And I mean every assignment. We're not allowed to go above 100, so that's what she has. Good role model and destined to do great things in life. Eder, my walking historian. Eder's hand is up before I'm even done asking a question sometimes. His critical thinking skills are impressive. He is respectful to his teachers as well as his fellow classmates. He works hard in and he also works out of class. He has helped make 118 thrive this year. Could you join me in congratulating all of the LA and Social Studies recipients from this week?
Tell them to come forward. Tell them to come here.
Come. Congratulations, good job. Wonderful job, Morgan. Great job, Sarah. Great job. All right. Get up there, Lindley.
Good morning. I'm Sarah Thompson. I'm the algebra teacher. I have 4 awards to give today, and I'm going to change it up a little bit, Ms. Williams. I'd like y'all to come up and stand here when I call your name, embarrass you a little bit more. I'd like Layla Klotz, Eric Hetz, Emily Bickett, and Nate Senft to come forward. Layla, I don't even know. But Layla has done everything I've asked of her. I taught remote algebra as well as in-person algebra. And Layla was always on top of every assignment, always sending me what I needed, on time, in the right way, no need to give further direction, just everything I needed as a remote teacher. So thank you so much, Layla. She ended up with the highest average in the remote group. The next 2 students share the role of highest average in algebra with over 100%. So I had to call it a tie. Excellent students, excellent minds. I look forward to seeing what they do in the future. It'll be amazing. Watch out, world. That's for Emily Bickett and Eric Hetz. And my last award goes to Nate Senft. This is for the Outstanding Student Award. Nate also had a very high average, but Nate has a great mind that always is working, always questioning in a good way. He uses power for good, not evil, as I say. And he's always looking for things on his own. Like, he will look up things that he did not know, and he'll tell me things that I did not know, which is always good. So congratulations to Nate.
I'm Clayton Lindley. I am the science teacher on Team Wisdom and also one of the math teachers. If I could have Emily Bickett, Grace Schroeder, Sarah Grace, and Everson Copeland up here, please. So I'm kind of a man of fewer words than some of these people. But my highest grade point average for science is Emily Bickett. She had a 99.9%. I think she missed a question in the second quarter. It was probably an off day. My hardest working student for science is Grace Schroeder, who even when she wasn't in school, she did absolutely everything she was supposed to do. No questions, had everything turned in before she even came back. In math, my highest grade point average was Sarah Grace. In what was kind of a difficult year, difficult situation, she was always the rock that you knew was going to do all the work and be fantastic at everything she did. And my hardest working student in math was Everson Copeland, who every day came to work hard, to learn, regardless of what else was going on. He was here to learn. Thank you all.
Good morning. I'm Heather Schweitzer. I teach language arts for some of the team. And I would like Adriana Mayfield to come up and Roman White. If I could give an award to every single student in the building, but especially our students that I've worked with this year, I would. What a difficult year to be sitting in the same classroom all day long with masks. These kids that have been coming every single day, they all deserve an award. But the highest average for language arts for my class this year has been Adriana. She's a sweet girl. She's focused. We've become quite a family in these pods of classes. And Adriana, I would consider her like our room mom. She is taking care of everyone while still taking care of herself. And I couldn't have gotten through this year without her. And Roman is in the same boat. I wouldn't call him the room dad, but I would call him maybe our room brother. He was always asking questions, wanting to make sure that he was doing what he was supposed to be doing, sometimes reminding me that we had something else due, which would be the role of the little brother that was annoying everybody else. And reminding me. But I couldn't have done this year without Roman either. Again, if I could give everyone an award, I would. But these two deserve a round of applause. Thank you. Thank you, Roman.
Hi, everybody. I'm Missy Kubinsky, and I have had the pleasure of teaching a lot of these students in 8th grade for 3 years now. And it has been a true blessing to me, and I hope to them. I'm sure they don't feel that way sometimes, but that's all right. So I have 4 awards that I'd like to give to. As with Mrs. Thompson, I taught online this year as well as in person. So if these people would please come forward. Layla Klotz, Eric Hetz, Emily Bickett, and Morgan Heinrich. So in addition to this year, throughout the 3 years that I've had them, these students have been fantastic. So first I'd like to talk about Morgan and Emily. Both of them have the highest GPA in my in-person class. Let's start with Emily. She's super creative, very sweet, always looks out for other people, always concerned about the way other people feel, and because of that has a real feel for language arts and the humanity there. So I really appreciate Emily and everything she does in class every day. Morgan is super creative, super on top of things, always making sure that things are done. She's a little bit of a perfectionist and always makes sure things are done exactly the way they should be. And every day they come in prepared, and I am so thankful for them. So give Morgan and Emily a hand. I'll give you your certificates when I put my mask back on, okay? The next person in my in-person class, outstanding student is Eric Hetz. Eric, from 6th grade to 8th grade, has grown so much physically. I mean, he's taller than me now, but also is a speaker. He used to get up in front of the class and be so nervous. He would move constantly, and he didn't quite know where to put his hands and what to do. You should see him now. He could be right up here running this whole thing, couldn't you, Eric? Yes. Yeah, I think so. Not only that, he is an outstanding student. The critical thinking he puts into things, you can just literally see the wheels turning in his head. So it's been a great pleasure to have Eric in class as well. Congratulations, Eric. And then my outstanding effort for my online learning class is Layla Klutz. Layla is going to do something someday. I don't know if she's going to be a scientist that cures cancer or if she's going to write a book. But whatever she does, we're all going to be behind her. She is such a talented and creative person, and I have had the pleasure of having her for 3 years, and she's going to do great things, as well as all of these guys. Give them a hand, please. Congratulations, you guys. Layla, I need you just to stay. You guys can sit, but Layla, you stay.
That was easy. So I'm Julie Schroeder. I'm the Dean of Students this year, but I have also been the coordinator for RLA. And Layla has also earned the highest honor for social studies for our RLA students. So of 8th grade, Layla took ELA, highest honors, algebra, and social studies for all of our 8th grade RLA kiddos. I can't even begin to describe what these kiddos went through because they didn't have the support of their own peer groups around them. They had to do it all through Zoom all year long. And they said, the kids who did come back said it was so difficult because they didn't have a teacher on top of them all the time telling them this has to be done and you have to do it this way, or when their computers went down, they didn't know how to fix their computers. And yet Layla showed up to every single Zoom session. Her teacher said that she never missed. Her work was always on time. If she had questions, she was always willing to reach out, get help that she needed, and she was amazing to have in the class. I cannot tell you, Layla, how many of your RLE teachers came to me to say, she's going to be amazing one day. She's going to write a book or something, because she has been just a blessing to have in the classroom. So congratulations, Layla. Here is Social Studies Award as well.
Next, we'd like to recognize our Power of the Pen participants. If you participated in Power of the Pen, please stand up. We'd like to recognize Olivia Hoyes. Olivia, if you could please come forward. We had one 8th grader compete in Power of the Pen state tournament. She worked all year and scored in the top 10% of the Southwest region to earn her place at state. We don't have the results yet, but we are sure she did an amazing job. Congratulations to Olivia. Good job.
I've been asked to recognize the student council students. Mrs. Cruzy wrote something she would like me to read. This was a difficult year to be a member of student council, but there are several students who did not let COVID stop them from giving back, helping out, and being just plain awesome. These students continued to find ways throughout the year to get student council involved and show their presence. We worked hard at the beginning of the year to clean out flower beds. The students came up with 2 spirit weeks. They gave tours to incoming 5th graders and brainstormed on some great new ideas for next year. While we did not have an executive board this year, these students were giving of their time and their energy. Will the following students please come forward? Roman White, Sophia Walters, Alejandra Garcia, Adriana Mayfield. I'm up again. As Mrs. Schweitzer said, there are many of our students that we could give awards to, and we are all very fortunate to have such a great group of kids that are on Team Wisdom. So we wish we could give you all an award. Just feel proud of what you have done. We all, I think I speak for all of us when I say that we are very proud of Team Wisdom. That being said, I would now like to recognize the White Oak Honor Society. White Oak Honor Society is an honor bestowed upon our students that exude the qualities of scholarship, leadership, service, character, and citizenship. In order to be considered as a part of the White Oak Honor Society, the students must have a cumulative grade point average of 3.75 or higher during all of 7th grade and the first 3 quarters of 8th grade. At this time, we would like to recognize the 2021 inductees. If you are a member of the White Oak Honor Society that was inducted on May 12th of this year in a special ceremony, please stand. Thank you.
I'm Ms. Caraher, and I'm our athletic director here, and I'm here to give an award from OHSAA that is the Award of Excellence. It's given to 1 male and 1 female student for exemplary display of sportsmanship, ethics, and integrity. These individuals leave everything on the field, mat, or court and are willing to help their teammates be successful. They often lead by quiet example and are driven to be their best no matter what difficulties they may be going through. They impact others without even realizing it, and athletics are an outlet for them. Our first recipient of this award has had a positive impact on our athletic program and brought a great example of hard work to the basketball and track team. This athlete was described as being an awesome teammate. She is a leader through her perseverance. She is respectful to everyone she encounters and always gives her all. She is dedicated, determined, and always looking for ways to improve. Sports are about the team for her and how she can help the team to achieve their best as a whole. For her leadership, sportsmanship, moral integrity, the Female Award of Excellence goes to Elizabeth Sarfo Benson. Our male recipient is beyond dedicated to his sports. He never misses any practice or competition, no matter what he may be going through. At track, he would give it everything he had and then even more. He worked harder than most at his sports and is an example of dedication and overcoming obstacles. His perseverance in everything he does makes him a role model for others. His coach described this recipient as, and I quote, "my favorite wrestler of all time." For his dedication, sportsmanship, and moral integrity, the Male Award of Excellence goes to Kermit Gutneck.
The next group of students that we want to recognize are our first honors students. This means they've worked all year to achieve a GPA of between 3.5 and 3.9. When I call your name, will you please come stand on the yellow line in front of the audience? Dylan Cruz Elkins, Noah Gears, Lorenzo Gonzalez, Sarah Grace, Olivia Hoyes, Kayla Kuiper, Cadence Lynn, Pamela Nuski, Alejandra Ortega Garcia, Catherine Ossenschmidt, Elizabeth Sarfo Benson, Nathan Sempt, and Chase Wiedemann.
All right, now we're going to move on to our 4.0 honors. These are the highest honors. 4.0 is difficult, right? That one question, that one quarter, that one off time. The following students should come up and, as Mr. Meyer said, stand on that front line there so we can get everybody lined up here. Emily Bickett, Michael Casagrande, Alex Diesel, Brandon Griffith, Morgan Heinrich, Eric Hetz, Ethan Kassam, Layla Klotz, Adriana Mayfield, Nevaeh McPherson, Lillian Niehaus, Grace Ruder, Eder Sanchez Martinez, Alex Thiemann, Sophia Walters, Roman White, Abigail Waltz. What an amazing accomplishment, and look at this line of students. Great job. Let's give them a huge round of applause here. So you guys may be seated. Next, we have the Principal's Award. In order to earn the Principal's Award, the student must have maintained a 4.0 GPA for 11 quarters in their middle school career. Tough considering the circumstances we've had the last year and a half. So the following students, please come up and be recognized. Emily Bickett, Brandon Griffith, Morgan Heinrich, Ethan Kassam, Adriana Mayfield, Nevaeh McPherson, Alexander Diesel. Alexander Thiemann. Layla Klotz. Another tremendous accomplishment for these young men and women. Give them a large round of applause as well. Congratulations, you may be seated. The last award, and isn't this just great, celebrating the greatness that we have here at White Oak Middle School, my favorite time of the year. Our last award is called our Warrior Pride. This is a teacher-nominated award, and it's based on 4 criteria, which goes back to the Warrior Creed. The 4 criteria are exhibiting warrior excellence, having great behavior, high academic standards, and having made positive impact on White Oak in some way. The Warrior Creed, which was written by Missy Kubinsky's son, I guess about 8 years ago, we still kind of follow this, and we have it posted throughout our building. It says warriors down the side, and our students are familiar with that. I'd like to just remind our students what it says, and for the parents to hear as well. W stands for want the best for yourself. Warriors want the best for themselves. They show it by giving 100% in everything they do. A is for academics. Academics are a key role in being a warrior. Warriors are never satisfied with mediocrity in academics. R is for ready for everything. White Oak students embrace everything with a positive attitude and adapt to the best of their ability. The next R is respect. Warriors are respectful to everyone in the building, teachers, administrators, other staff, parents, their peers, and themselves. I is for involvement. Being involved by being in clubs, sports, and other extracurriculars means higher grades, better behavior, and higher standards. O stands for others. Warriors are always kind to others. Everyone goes through struggles, and a little kindness can go a long way in making a difference for someone. The last R is for responsibility. A warrior always does what they are expected to do. Whether it's a homework assignment, project, or playing your role in a club or sport, warriors always come through. And the S is for spirit. No matter what, a warrior is never afraid to show off their school spirit. We have pride in our school. Congratulations to Morgan Heinrich and Eder Sanchez Martinez. Please come forward. As students, as you come to the end of your middle school career, it's been an interesting time, hasn't it? This year, the end of last year, who would have thought that we'd wear masks all year this year? Who would have thought we shut down the end of 7th grade and finish our year remote? We've come through it. I think we've seen the worst of it. We're looking forward to better times ahead and getting back to some sense of normalness. Who would have thought students sitting in the same classroom all day? 8th graders, you would have never guessed that that would have worked, but it worked, and you did it. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy for our teachers, our staff. It wasn't easy for our students. I'm sure parents, you probably heard about it, but we did it. We made it through, and you're heading to high school soon. I'm going to turn it over, or before I turn it over to the teachers, I'd like to recognize the reason we made it through is not because of our Board of Education or our superintendent or administrators here. It is because of the teachers and staff that we have at White Oak Middle School. We have the best staff of any school. I'd put them up against anywhere, and there's no one else I'd rather spend every day working alongside than our teachers and staff. So if I could have our teachers and staff to stand, and students and parents, and we'll give them a big round of applause for their dedication. Thanks to them, we've been able to stay in person almost the entire year, whereas other districts, many of the big districts in Ohio, never even opened until March. So kudos to our staff for making sure that our safety procedures and protocols were followed and that we were able to make it through the year. I'm going to turn it over now for our teacher awards. Who wants to start? Mrs. Spinelli? Mrs. Spinelli will get us started here with math.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for coming. This isn't on, is it? All right.
You just got to talk loud.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming. We have really just enjoyed spending time with your kids all year. So parents, thank you so much for everything. I'm the language arts teacher, Mrs. Herman. So the two awards, one is highest academics, and this is an individual whose percentage was the highest for first, second, third, and fourth quarter all average together. And that person is Mackenzie Wilson. Are they coming up here? Okay, so Mackenzie, come on up. Woo! The next award is Outstanding Effort. So this one I chose from there were a number of other kids that had almost just as high of an average. And so I chose one of these kids that also did a great job in language arts, and that's Vincent Taylor. Let's give him a round of applause. So congrats to Vinny and Mackenzie.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Spinelli. What?
You got to talk really loud.
I am talking. Is this not on? Oh. All right. So my highest academic achieving student for math was Jasmine Sarley. Can you please stand? Yay! Did you want us to bring them up here? All right, and my second award I chose for perseverance because we started out the first beginning of the year a little rocky, but along the way I saw a lot of growth in her ability to keep trying and want to keep trying, and that is Riley Tyra.
Okay, for social studies, for the highest academic, this young man pushes himself every day. I know this morning we were just having a conversation about Harvard, and I hope that's a goal. But he works hard, and that's his dream, and I hope it comes true one day, or whatever that dream might be. That's Aiden Sherman. The next award for outstanding effort, this young lady was new to our school this year, and I couldn't imagine coming to a school in a crazy year as this year, as far as with the COVID situation and so forth, and adapting so well. Probably could have been up there as well for the academic award as well. But this young lady's done amazing. She's here every day. She works tremendously hard. That's Cameron Rhodes.
The next group of students or student that we want to recognize are our Honor Society students. If you were inducted into the Honor Society this year, please stand up. White Oak Honor Society is an honor bestowed upon our students that exude the qualities of scholarship, leadership, service, character, and citizenship. In order to be considered as a part of the White Oak Honor Society, the students must have a cumulative grade point average of 3.75 or higher during 7th grade, and the first 3 quarters of 8th grade. At this time, I would like to recognize the 2021 inductees. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Next, we'll move on to the honor roll. The first group of students that we're going to recognize received first honors this year. First honors means that they have a GPA between 3.5 and 3.9. When I call your name, please come stand on the yellow line. Zaya Surratt, Zanaya Saturday, and Vincent Taylor. One more round of applause for these students. Thanks, guys. Good job.
Takes a lot of hard work and perseverance to earn yourself a spot with the high honors, first honors. The next students I'd like to recognize are students who earned the highest honors, which is 4.0. So the following students please come up. Cameron Rhodes, Jasmine Sarley, Aiden Sherman, Mackenzie Wilson. Quite a feat to earn that 4.0. Congratulations. Let's give them a big round of applause. Our next award is called the Warrior Pride Award, and this is a special award. We always have a saying, we often say around school is once a warrior, always a warrior, and so the Warrior Pride embodies, the student who were nominated embodies the following characteristics. They exhibit warrior excellence in everything they do. They have great behavior, high academic standards, and has made some sort of positive impact upon the school or in their classroom. So we had a number of nominees for this award. It's a difficult decision because we choose 2 from each group. And so the following students come on up and then stand up here. I'm going to read the Warrior Creed while you're up here. Aiden Sherman and Cameron Rhodes, come on up. So I'm going to embarrass them a little bit and have them stand up here for just a minute as I read the Warrior Creed written by a former warrior during his time here. It says warriors down the side, and then each letter stands for a quick word or sentence. So I'm going to read that to you because these students embody these characteristics. W is for wanting the best and for yourself. Warriors want the best for themselves. They show it by giving 100% in everything they do. A is for academics. Academics are a key role in being a warrior. Warriors are never satisfied with mediocrity in academics. The first R is ready for everything. White Oak students embrace everything with a positive attitude and adapt to the best of their ability. The second R is for respect. Respect. Warriors are respectful to everyone in the building, teachers, administrators, other staff, parents, their peers, and themselves. The I is for involvement. Being involved by being in clubs, sports, and other extracurriculars means higher grades, better behavior, and higher standards. O is for others. Warriors are always kind to others. Everyone goes through struggles, and a little kindness goes a long way in making a difference for someone else. The last R is for responsibility. A warrior always does what they are expected to do. Whether it's a homework assignment, project, or playing your role in a club or sport, warriors always come through. And finally, the S is for spirit. No matter what, a Warrior is never afraid to show their school spirit. We have pride in White Oak. So congratulations to Cameron and Aiden. All right, you may be seated.
To begin today, we want to recognize two of our staff members that received a special award this morning. Ms. Kelly Young, our counselor, and Ms. Pam Heinrich, our office secretary, received the Friend of the Children Award, which is awarded to one or two staff members every year for the things that they've done with the children and how much they mean to this building. So students, when you see them in the hallway, please congratulate them on the awards that they've received. For now, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Gale.
Thank you, Mr. Meyer. As Mr. Meyer said, it's been an interesting year. At times, we didn't know what the next day was going to look like as we've gone through, beginning at the end of 7th grade. We didn't get to do this. We didn't get to gather and celebrate students and give them their awards in person. We had to do all that remotely. Who would have thought that a year later we would still be in this pandemic? When we left in March last year, many of us thought, oh, we'll be back in a couple weeks after spring break, whatever, and that never happened. So students, you have persevered through a very difficult situation. You made it through the year, staying in the same room all day from 7 o'clock until 2 o'clock and eating your breakfast in there, your lunch in there with the same group of other students, with your teachers rotating through your different classes throughout the day. So for that, you're to be commended because it was not easy. It wasn't easy for staff, wasn't easy for students. We are very fortunate in White Oak Middle School and Northwest Local School District to be able to be in person for most of this year. There are many districts that were not able to do that. And the reason we were able to be in person this year is because of our tremendous staff. It's not because of the administration or the Board of Education. It is because the staff and they were following the protocols and procedures that were set forth by our Department of Health. And so I'd like our staff members that are in here, we have several up front obviously, and we have some in the back, to please stand and be recognized for your dedication to students and learning, making sure learning continued despite the pandemic this year. So let's give them a round of applause. I couldn't be more proud to work alongside such a wonderful group of people. At this time, we're going to turn it over to our teachers for the teacher awards. They're going to recognize the students when you come up. You can come up here. Your teachers might give you certificates now. They might do later. Come up on the yellow line so those that want to take pictures can. And then we'll move on to the next teacher. So who's going first? Mrs. Wyatt. Mrs. Wyatt.
Hi, I am Mrs. Wyatt, and I teach science, and I also got to teach social studies this year. So I actually need 4 students. So when I call your name, come on up. Trinity Dula, Maddie Cassim, Peyton Jones, and Phoebe Renner. Come on up. So just stand here for a second. So these 4 young ladies did a wonderful job showing up every day, ready to learn. They got all of their work done every day. They always did the right thing, and they were just fun to have in class. They were always participating, enthusiastic about what we were learning, and it was truly a pleasure to have them in class. So the highest grade point average for social studies goes to Trinity Dula. And the highest grade point average for science goes to Peyton Jones. The outstanding effort for science goes to Maddie. And the outstanding effort for social studies goes to Phoebe. Good job, ladies.
Good morning. I'm Mrs. Alford. I teach math on Team Maverick. I need Mackenzie Haining and Julia Egbert, so please join me up front, please. So I had these two ladies not only for math, but they were also in my homeroom cohort all year, so we also got to spend some time together in the morning and the afternoon before math. Both came to school every day, worked really hard, just really put forth the effort they needed to, especially during a pandemic year. So, the highest GPA for math for this year goes to Mackenzie Haining. Congratulations. And my most outstanding effort award for this year for math goes to Julia Egbers. And that is all. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Dee Dee Enderly. I teach language arts on Team Maverick, and may I please have Jayla Heckler and Sanaya Kellen up here. These girls are awesome. They are leaders, they have positive attitudes, they are a pleasure to be around, they're smart, they're intelligent, they're witty, they're hardworking, they do everything I ask them to do and what anybody else asks them to do, and they are just true leaders who I feel are really gonna make their mark on the world. You guys are gonna do great things. For the highest average in language arts, Jayla Heckler. And for outstanding effort and attitude, Sanaya Kellen. Thank you.
I'm Miss Caraher, and I'm the athletic director at White Oak. And I'm here to present the 8th grade Athlete of the Year. At White Oak, we have many examples of student athletes that have continued on to great success. Many of these students have gone on to receive college scholarships for athletics. This year's decision for Athlete of the Year was especially challenging for the coaches to make. We had a lot of great nominations. An athlete of the year is someone that is well-rounded, a leader in the school, and on the field, court, or mat, and participates in many activities. Our female athlete of the year is all of those qualities. She is successful in both the classroom and athletics. Her coaches described her as exceptionally hardworking, caring, a great leader and teammate. She is someone her peers look up to. She is pleasant and incredibly coachable. Another coach described her as a leader through example who sets goals for herself and works hard to achieve them. Everything she does, she succeeds at. She doesn't stop pushing her own limits and encourages others to rise to their potential. She is a 3-sport athlete, and her dedication to success makes her a role model with high integrity in all aspects of life. I am proud to present the Female Athlete of the Year to Taria Willis. The Male Athlete of the Year is the definition of a student athlete. He is a leader within the school and a positive role model to others. His coach described him as an outstanding all-around athlete. His leadership impacted the entire team, and he was always supportive of his teammates. It has been a pleasure to watch him grow physically and mentally as an athlete, and I look forward to seeing his success at the high school in many sports. A teacher described this athlete as mature and hardworking. He leads by being a perfect example of sportsmanship. His dedication and teamwork is what constantly sets him apart from the rest. He is also a 3-sport athlete, and his drive and respect for other players and teammates are what make him the perfect recipient. I'm proud to present the Male Athlete of the Year to Javi Jarman.
Next, we have our White Oak Honor Society. If you were inducted into the Honor Society this year for 8th grade, would you please stand up? White Oak Honor Society is an honor bestowed upon our students that exude the qualities of scholarship, leadership, service, character, and citizenship. In order to be considered as a part of the White Oak Honor Society, the students must have a cumulative grade point average of 3.75 or higher during the 7th grade year and the first 3 quarters of the 8th grade. At this time, we'd like to recognize these inductees. Give them another round of applause. And then next, we're going to recognize our first honor students. When I call your name, please come stand on the yellow line. We'll recognize you for having between a 3.5 and a 3.9 GPA this year. Julia Egbers, Jessica Gutlein, Jayla Heckler, Peyton Jones, Madison Kassam, Sanaya Kellum, Phoebe Renner, Christian Linz, and McSavion Robbins. We can just do it at the end. Great job and excellent hard work from these students. You guys will get your certificate after we're done with all of this, okay? Thank you.
Next, we recognize the high honors. This is 4.0, and it takes a lot of perseverance. We had a nice group up here for the first one, the first honors. Would Mackenzie Hanning come up, please? Takes a lot of hard work, especially given all that we've been through. Give her another round of applause. The next award is called the Principals Award. And the Principals Award is given for any student who has maintained the 4.0 GPA for 11 quarters of their middle school career. And that also goes to Mackenzie, so get a few more steps in. Mackenzie, come on back up. Takes a lot of hard work. That's incredible. Congratulations. The next award is called our Warrior Pride Award, and this is a teacher-nominated award. It's based on the following criteria: students that exhibit warrior excellence, students that have good behavior, high academic standards, and someone who has made a positive impact on White Oak Middle School in some way, whether in the classroom or in the greater community. So we had several nominees from the 8th grade, and we have 2 that I would like to call up. And they're going to stay up here while I read the Warrior Creed. Sanaya Kellen and Michael Carter, come on up. Congratulations. Before they go sit down, I know they want to get back to their seats in their comfort zone. The Warrior Pride Award is based off of our Warrior Creed. And students know the Warrior Creed, but I thought it'd be a good time to share this with parents as well. A former warrior, so about 8 years ago, wrote this Warrior Creed, Brendan Koblinski, whose mom also teaches here, and he started with warriors down the side, and then each letter stands for a sentence or two. So I'm going to read that because these 2 exemplify what is said in this Warrior Creed. W is for wanting the best for yourself. Warriors want the best for themselves. They show it by giving 100% in everything they do. A is for academics. Academics are a key role in being a warrior. Warriors are never satisfied with mediocrity in academics. R is ready for everything. White Oak students embrace everything with a positive attitude and adapt to the best of their ability. And the next R is for respect. Warriors are respectful to everyone in the building, teachers, administrators, staff, parents, their peers, and themselves. The I is for involvement. Being involved by being in clubs, sports, and other extracurriculars means higher grades, better behavior, and higher standards. O is for others. Warriors are always kind to others. Everyone goes through struggles, and a little kindness can go a long way in making a difference for someone else. The last R is for responsibility. A warrior always does what they are expected to do. Whether it's a homework assignment, project, or playing your role in a club or sport, warriors always come through. They are responsible. And finally, the S is for spirit. No matter what, a warrior is never afraid to show off their school spirit. They have pride in our schools. So let's give them a round of applause. Congratulations. Always enjoy awards days. We did these last week with our 6th and 7th grade, and we're wrapping up today with our 8th grade because it's a time to celebrate all the great things that are happening here at White Oak Middle School. And parents, I know we haven't seen you in person a lot this year, but I know it's great to see you come today. And I know those of you watching will also be glad to see the positive things that are going on at White Oak Middle School. Each and every day this year, we had video announcements. Because of the pandemic, we wanted to make sure our RLA students had access to a connection to the school, so we did video announcements on YouTube. And one of the things I started saying at the beginning of the year and continued every day this year, students have heard it, I guess 180 times or so, as well as teachers. I end every day with the same message to our students. And students, I'm going to ask you to help me with this because I say it every day. I always say, make it a great day or not, the choice is yours. So there's an important message for our middle school students, and there's an important message for all of us in that simple statement that we say every day. And 8th graders, as you're heading off to bigger and better things at the high school, we're proud of you. We look forward to great things for you. But remember, the next 4 years, the choice is yours. Do you make those great years or do you not make those great years? The choice is yours. Get involved, work hard, persevere, and you will have a great 4 years. You know what it means. It's been instilled in you since you came into 6th grade, what it means to be a warrior. Was once a warrior, always a warrior. Just like whatever elementary you came from, once you're always a warrior. So coming through White Oak, you're now a warrior. You'll always be a warrior no matter next year if you're a Cardinal or wherever your path takes you. Make it great years or not. The choice is yours. Thank you all for coming today. Just a couple final announcements. Students, your teachers have your certificates. They'll probably give them to you here at the end. Parents, you're welcome to stay and snap a couple photos. Matter of fact, I would encourage you to do so. Teachers you may want some of your photos of your teachers as well. We ask that about 15 minutes or so, teachers will take students back upstairs. At that time, we ask that our parents will leave. Again, thank you so much for coming, and have a great rest of your day. Thank you, and take care.